The introvert. When people hear the word introvert, they usually imagine someone who hates everyone. But that's one of the biggest myths about introverts. Introverts don't hate people. They simply get tired after being around too many people for too long. Think of their social energy like a phone battery. Every conversation uses a little bit of that battery, and spending quiet time alone charges it again. That's why many introverts actually enjoy being alone, not because they're lonely, but because that's where they feel the most recharged. Introverts don't usually enjoy small talk. They would rather have one deep conversation than 10 shallow ones. In a big group, they often listen more than they speak, but with close friends, they can become the most talkative person in the room. Many introverts think before they speak. That's why their silence is often misunderstood. Being quiet doesn't mean they have nothing to say. Sometimes, the quietest person has the loudest thoughts. The extrovert. Extroverts are often seen as people who never get tired of being around others. But being an extrovert is not about being loud all the time. The real difference is where they get their energy. Social situations often make them feel more alive. A crowded room can feel exciting instead of exhausting. They often enjoy meeting new people. Many extroverts think by talking. Sometimes saying ideas out loud helps them understand their thoughts. Their biggest strength is often connecting with people. They can easily bring energy into a group. But extroverts also have challenges. Sometimes they may speak before thinking. They may also struggle with too much quiet time. But their ability to connect, communicate, and inspire others is powerful. If being around people gives you energy and you love sharing ideas, you might have an extroverted personality. The ambivert. What if you enjoy being around people, but also love spending time alone? Then you might be an ambivert. An ambivert is a mix of introvert and extrovert. Some days, they want company. Other days, they just want peace and quiet. Their mood often depends on the situation. In the right environment, they can be incredibly social. But after a while, they still need time to recharge. That's why people sometimes misunderstand them. One day, they're outgoing. The next day, they're happily by themselves. And both versions are completely normal. Their biggest strength is adaptability. They know when to join the crowd and when to step away. If you enjoy both meaningful solitude and good company, you might be an ambivert. The optimist. Some people see problems, while others immediately see possibilities. That's the mindset of an optimist. Optimists don't believe life is perfect. They simply believe tomorrow can be better than today. When they fail, they ask, "What can I learn from this?" That's why they often recover faster from setbacks. Their positivity can inspire the people around them. Optimists usually focus on solutions instead of staying stuck on the problem. But optimism has a downside too. Positive thinking works best when it's combined with good planning. Sometimes they underestimate risks. Hope gives you motivation, and action is what turns that hope into success. The realist. While optimists hope for the best, realists prepare for whatever comes next. A realist doesn't expect life to be perfect. They simply accept reality as it is. Before making a decision, they stop and think carefully. They look at both the risks and the opportunities. Instead of asking, "What if everything goes right?" they ask, "What's the smartest move?" That's why realists often make reliable decisions. But being realistic has challenges too. Sometimes they spend so much time thinking that they miss the perfect opportunity. The best realists know when to stop planning and finally take action. The perfectionist. Some people don't just want to do a good job. They want everything to be perfect. That's the mindset of a perfectionist. They notice tiny mistakes that most people never see because good enough rarely feels good enough. Their attention to detail can produce amazing work. People often trust them with important tasks, but perfection comes with pressure. Sometimes they spend hours fixing tiny details, while everyone else already considers the job finished. Perfectionism can even lead to procrastination, because starting feels risky if it might not be perfect. The truth is, done is often better than perfect. Real progress happens when you keep moving forward. If you always chase the highest standards, but you're learning that progress matters more than perfection, you might have perfectionist tendencies,